guys, Matt coming at you. Welcome to the lab, the Mad Scientist Lab. Do some painting of the parts on the 62 gasser for the 48-hour build. We'll do some chassis and wheels, little stuff. Get all that painted up. I'll show you how I mix up my paints here. I use a lot of times. This is the Vallejo model color. And I just thin it with water. Got the compressors on, everything's ready to go. We'll do the Vallejo, the model color oily steel. Actually makes for a decent looking aluminum. Yeah, just a squirt. That's about empty. Then I got my water. And when I do mine, I just mix it up and I tell you how I don't have a ratio. I just mix it to where I see that I'm used to kind of get the bubbles. I don't know if you can see the bubbles, kind of like if you were to mix up a little bit of a glass of milk. And that's usually just about right for where I spray it. And we'll back that down just a touch. And the trusty Neo I just got. Really like this. It's about half a small cup. That might not be enough, but I don't have a lot to spray. Just doing little pieces and parts. I don't worry about. I use a gray primer base, so it helps to cover. I try and use the darker base with darker colors and lighter base with lighter colors. I usually get a coat on them. It's not even a half yet. And then I got the old trusty hair dryer. Oh, duh. Wrong switch. I'm on the ball today, guys. The only aluminum paint that I found that actually, to me, looks like a good aluminum is Tamiya's flat aluminum. So if I was going to paint something I really want that aluminum look, I use the Tamiya, but that's expensive. It's $6 and almost $7 a can. But you can see that's it's a pretty good look for aluminum. And actually the model color aluminum is white. If you buy the bottle it says aluminum. I don't worry about being pretty with parts unless they're going in the interior of the engine compartment off the top where you can see them. This stuff's great. It's easy to spray. I think I have the compressor set at about 10 psi, so when you actually pull the trigger, you're actually down at running it down at about 5 psi. And the consistency I mix seems to work for me. Like anything else, of course, everybody's got their own. And of course, you can see my paint booth. I just get rid of the extra. And it is nice using the acrylics. And I'll get my little mad scientist setup going here. I just rinse it out with water in between the science lab, and we move on to the next color. I try and use the same stir sticks when I do metallics. Let's go with the natural. We're going natural on the frame. It does have a nice steel look. Like I said, it doesn't take a lot. This stuff covers really well. It's almost, these model colors are actually pretty thick. Alrighty then, moving right along. Isn't that a song from the Muppet movie? And nice thing about the acrylic, you can run the paint, the fan on the booth, but you don't really have to. The Model Airs have, some of them have an odor to them, but it's still good to wear the respirator if you're doing a lot, because you will get the overspray. And believe it or not, the natural steel, once it's dry, they look similar, but the natural steel is definitely lighter. The last bit here. Like I say, using the gray base, if you get a little thin, you really won't notice it. And voila. And typically when I do metallic, or the acrylics, I got a bucket I bring up and rinse, but I'm not doing a lot. So I'll just use little pipettes and little squirters. This is my tank for my acrylics, and then I got my little flusher for the lacquers. Just cut a hole drilled a hole in the lid for a pickle jar. Don't want too much in that one. The only bad part about low pressure is when you clean it up, it takes forever to clean it through there if you're in between coats without having to turn up air pressure, turn it back down. But I figured this is a good opportunity. Guys asked me in the past, or I'll tell how I paint something, but now I got this little stand for my phone. Thanks to Benny Mac and seeing his tripod, I made up a bracket. It's kind of a hideous looking thing, but it works. And now we're going to gunmetal for the wheels. A little bit more. Wheels are always a pain. So I got up at, I don't know, early this morning. I come outside and 2 inches of snow on the ground. Although we're supposed to get 2 to 6. So that was fun to shovel the way to the car to go get some coffee and cigarettes. There we go. Alrighty. As you can tell, I'm organized, but it is early. Besides, if I'm too organized, then I don't know what's going on. Might have got that a little thin. Just want to make a hair dryer. Alright guys, that's it on what I mix and how I mix for my acrylics. That's where I'm at on the 48-hour build. This is kind of a long video for me. I will try and edit it a little bit. At this point, it is 14:29, so I will probably cut it out back a little bit, speed some stuff up. But we'll talk to you guys all in a little bit. We'll have a good day.